taste
sign me up.
him, taste his stuff. No, that sounds even worse.
Thank
Go
you
on.
for that intro to the episode. Moving right on.
Yep. Yep. Welcome once again to Chill Filtered, the podcast where we drink whiskey so you don't have to, but you probably should. Hey, you probably are. Hey, that's why we like you. I'm excited for this week. We are drinking J. Mattingly. They are putting out new flagship bourbon. We'll talk all about the history of J. Mattingly and the people behind it. And we'll get to that in a moment. But before we get to anything else, let's talk about how you can support us in a special way if you're willing. Hit us up on Instagram or write a comment on our YouTube videos. That helps us out a lot. Even if the comment is just a heart, even if that comment is just a silly joke, we love
poop
it.
emoji.
So,
We'll take those too.
Poo emoji. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the business for this week. Those are ways you can support us. We love responding. We love saying hi. So hit us up. Other than that, Brian, I'm about to go grab me a little seltzer water myself, but I would love to hear how you're doing.
Nice. Yeah, no, I'm doing good. I'm doing well, actually. Man, we have been sleeping pretty well, actually.
Nice.
With the baby and all, man. She actually slept for like 10 hours yesterday. Like number one baby check-in is always, how is Brian sleeping? Because that was the number one thing I was always like worried about the most. So anyway, so far so good on that.
That's dope.
Yeah, she has a little fussy times during the day, like kind of like between 3 and 6. So like right now.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, no, all in all good. And paid the hospital bill yesterday or the other day.
Crazy.
But I made Emma do it though. I got it all ready, and then I took her little finger and I hit the pay now button, so she paid her own hospital bill.
Hey, she on borrowed mommy and daddy money.
Yeah, true. That's fine. It was worth it, I guess.
No, yeah, totally worth it. Now, have you gotten to a point where you're confident in like attacking a cry session? Like if she's crying, like you're like, I think I could probably figure this one out.
I'm willing to try, but after I like try a couple things, I like
not easy.
I hit a limit where I'm like, okay, the thing I would like to try now is to have Sam try.
yeah. That's real.
So I don't know. I might not be the best with coming up with things to try. So anyway, and sometimes I swear, sometimes I just give her to Sam and she just stops crying. Sometimes it's just the change of hands is all she wanted, I guess. I don't know.
And it's sad, but it's true.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So now it's I remember those times where I'm like, I just want you to be happy. And it's like, but I don't want to give that satisfaction to Heather when she can do it really, really, really quick. So there's a balance there of like, I'm doing whatever I can. So
Sam there was a funny one today. Sam was trying to get her to do some tummy time, laying on her stomach.
Yeah,
practice the head, the neck, looking up and everything. As soon as she got her on her stomach, she just flipped out.
Oh, rough.
And she just flipped out and like started crying and everything. And so I come out and I'm like, what did you do to that baby? And I sit down there with them and Emma wells up this gigantic tear. And like, to our knowledge, it's the first tear that ever like ran down her cheek.
Yeah.
I got to be there to wipe it away.
Oh, it's so cute though. Yeah. Give me that tear. Before this, we did the drink along, but right after the drink along, before this, I did a daddy daughter date with Beck, and it was fun. We went to what do you call it, like a really big playground, and we played. And there's one of those ones where like when you're a kid, this is like the best. It's got multiple sets. And some are really, really high and really, really different types of things.
Yeah.
And then we went to a Mexican restaurant. She ate just chips and a lemonade. And
You went to a Mexican restaurant. It's kind of Mexican restaurant where when you're an adult, you go and you're like, what?
yeah, exactly. But
Okay.
I knew out of the options that we had, I was like, she's very picky. So I'm like, let's just give her chips. Give the girl the chips. And then we went to a fancy, like, local donut shop afterwards.
Ooh,
Got some donuts.
those
And,
fancy pants donuts, like with all sorts of crazy,
yeah.
like
Well,
a bacon
not like
maple donut with
boutique-y.
bacon on top.
Think of it more like if you went into the country and found, like, a donut shop that had been there for 30 years, that kinda donut place.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
like, they had, like their donuts were, like, this big and, like,
Yes. I was
um
imagining boutique, like
yeah, like, one of
bacon
those ones that
maple with
has
a
not like that, yeah, it's kinda like if Dunkin' Donuts was started in the country with, like, country people, like, you know what I mean? And it's just it's a local to, like, Richmond and, like, the outskirts of
so
Richmond too, so
that
there's a
brings
few
me to an
locations, but they're big.
important question.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts, they're donuts. Yay or nay?
Yeah, no, I can eat them. They're not my favorite donuts, especially compared to, like, Krispy Kreme or something like that.
I do not like them. I do not
What?
like them to the point where if
Uh-huh.
there's like donuts set out for our room that I work in and they're
Yeah.
Dunkin'
You're
Donuts,
like,
I'll be like,
"No."
that's not worth the
Yeah,
calories. I'm not going to eat a Dunkin' Donut.
that's funny.
But like just about anywhere else, I
Yeah.
mean, I think literally anywhere
Mhm.
else. Heck yeah, I'm grabbing a donut from anywhere. But
What
then
about
just
Krispy Kreme?
oh yeah, absolutely. Krispy Kreme,
Mhm.
delicious. But the standard Dunkin' Donuts, they just like there's artificially like a
Yeah,
plasticky
they are
I just
kinda.
don't there's something funky about them that just
There
make me
is.
feel like they're like a fake donut. And I will caveat that with
Mhm.
the Dunkin' donut holes. Heck yeah,
Mhm.
I'll eat some
Oh,
Dunkin'
really?
donut hole. So if I'm going to Dunkin'
Yeah,
Donuts, I'm either getting a breakfast sandwich or like donut holes. Yeah.
that's funny. Um, do you so the 2 things, when I worked at the, insurance company in Phoenix, we worked right next to where they make all the Dunkin' Donuts, like, in Phoenix, basically.
Mm,
At least that's what it seemed like. Yeah, and so it smelled like, like nice pastries all the time. And we worked out a deal with the factory kind of place, and we're like, hey, if we show up and like just order some, will you like send it to us, or like even day olds or something like that? So we
yeah.
made it like a Tuesday or Friday tradition or whatever it was, and we would
Yeah.
just drop off like $10, and they just give us two or three dozen donuts. Yeah,
Yeah. Nice.
it was nice. And then
That's
the other
awesome.
thing about that company was they had like a 17-year tradition until COVID happened. It was like a 17-year tradition regarding a competitive eating competition. Did I ever tell you this?
Ooh. Well, it sounds familiar with you and
Yeah.
competitive eating
Yeah,
competition.
yeah. Yeah, I probably talked about it before. But anyway, I got to 15 donuts in 6 minutes, Krispy Kreme standard, donuts. And I
Damn.
won for my whole location for the company. So
Damn.
which was like 20 some people were competing against me and I won. But there were people at the headquarters made it to 24 before 6 minutes. It was crazy.
Wow.
Great.
I think if I ate 2 donuts back to back,
Mhm.
I'd probably feel like I was gonna die.
Yeah, I have this weird thing where
Yeah.
I just do not regret what I eat, and
That's
I only
funny.
regret it in a way that's like, now I'm gonna have to pay for that in calories, but it's not like
Yeah.
I regret actually like the sugar. The sugar can push it, but like
Yeah.
anything else is like, and it's not like I feel terrible. It's just I feel sluggish. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't like my stomach doesn't hurt or anything like that. It's
Oh,
just yeah.
see, yeah, my stomach hurts and it like makes me it's the sugar and it makes my
Mhm.
stomach hurt and it makes me like not like jittery. It's not like
Yeah.
a reaction like that, but I just feel like I'm going to die.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's great. No, yeah, people tell me about like they're like, I've said this many times on the podcast before, but it's like people are like, I can't eat Taco Bell or I'll, feel terrible. I'm like, in what way? Just doesn't make sense to me. Like I'm
Oh yeah.
like, wait, what? Like, how does it hurt? Like it's just yeah, it's just never clicked for me.
Oh, that's funny. Well,
Heather
lucky you.
says I have a stomach of a vulture, so and I
Nice.
do. Yeah. So, um, Yeah. Yeah. How
Wait,
how you but no, go ahead.
what did you eat at the Mexican restaurant, and what kind of donut did you get?
Good cue, good cue. The Mexican restaurant, I had blackened tilapia salad, so it was a lighter option. It was pretty
Oh,
good though.
so
With
you
like
that's a
cilantro
fish.
lime dressing. It is, yeah.
Yeah,
Bottom
okay, all
feeder.
right. I'm not a
Yeah.
fish guy. I
Oh,
do
really?
love sushi, but like
Huh.
otherwise I'm not a fish. So are you a fish guy? Baked fish guy?
No, not typically, but
Mm,
tilapia I can dig, especially like blackened
okay.
tilapia. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, I wouldn't go out of my way to just go to a seafood company or a seafood restaurant or something like that.
yeah,
That's not me.
same. So what is it
Um,
about tilapia that keeps you coming back? What's the deal with that?
that's a good question. I like tilapia fish tacos and stuff like that, especially if they got
Okay.
like a nice seasoning on them.
Nice. Well, I guess I'll
But
have to try it then, I guess.
that's my thing too, is like I don't like seafood in general, but I do like fish tacos and I do like sushi as well. So that's kind of
Yeah.
like the two things that I can get behind. And I feel like the tilapia, the blackened tilapia was close enough to fish tacos that I was digging it.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
then at the donut place, they had so many, but it was like we got there at like 6:30. And so they were basically like, we go till midnight or when we sell out, and then we just close the doors. Um, and they didn't even have glazed donuts anymore, but they had a Boston cream, but instead of like the Bavarian cream like pudding stuff they put in those, it was buttercream, which was pretty rich.
Ooh.
And like a cake, like buttercream.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then I got
wow.
one. I didn't eat it. Beck started eating it, but Beck got the Boston cream standard. And then we also got a apple spice one, and then we got a jelly donut,
That sounds good.
which neither of those two had been eaten yet. But they're at home, and Heather's probably
Uh,
not going to eat them, so I probably should get on it before I go on my diet again tomorrow.
well, no.
I ate like garbage disposal this week, like straight up. Like I
Nice.
need to change because I'm going, to Disney soon. And I mean,
Oh,
luckily
yeah?
the good part about Disney is you get to go and walk everywhere and like you
Yeah.
kind of work your calories off. But I'm like,
Yeah,
I
you
don't want
get
to be
like
like, yeah,
13,000 steps in a day or something crazy.
easily. Yeah. Especially with kids. And they're in the stroller all day, so it's fine. But yeah, I'm excited about that. That's in 2 weeks. Going to Disney in 2 weeks.
Nice. Okay. I could go off on Disney, but I
Hmm.
shouldn't. Maybe that'll be next episode,
Yeah.
since it'll be just before your trip.
Yeah, true. Hmm.
Yeah, but I have questions about how you do Disney and everything. So anyway,
With the
next
kids
time, next
too.
time. I know I'm going a little
Yeah.
long here. What are you
Yeah.
drinking though?
That's it. My entry buzz?
Yeah. Nothing? No entry buzz?
Nothing. Maybe I'll pull something off the wall. What
Yeah,
are we
I'll tell you
drinking? We're
what I got.
drinking a bourbon. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I wanted to go kind of higher proof, not crazy. And I was like, stag, should I just go stag? And then I was like, no, like stag might be a little much because I really don't know where this Mattingly's gonna hit me at all.
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of keep it more like a barrel strength bourbon that I feel like is very middle of the road. So I could kind of compare this against just like a middle of the road barrel strength whiskey. So I went Frank August single barrel.
Okay.
I think this is MGP. No, distilled and aged in Kentucky. So
Huh.
I don't know where this is, but
I've never
it's a
had
single
Frank
barrel.
August. You sent a
It's
little bit of
just
that for our pool, I think.
yeah,
I think.
probably. It's fine. There's
Yeah.
it's not good, but it's not bad. It's very I bet I could probably say as many good things about it as I could say bad things about it.
Mm. I forget, did I send you the Michter's 10 yet?
No,
Oh, that's what's there. That's what's on my
I
send to
guess.
Brian
Oh wait,
rack.
you know what? It might be right over there somewhere. I'll let you know.
Might be. I bet I did send it. So yeah, if you do, you got two of them, so you can drink one of them and tell me how. But yeah, that's what I'm
Hey,
entry buzzing on now is Michter's
hey,
1024.
fantastic. Yeah.
Mm, that is good. That is a good year. This is a good year of Michter's 10.
Yeah.
It's better than I
I'm
even remember the episode we did with John Hughes.
yeah.
That's dope. That's really good.
Yeah, when I tried it, it just like blew my mind. I didn't it exceeded my expectations by miles. Miles.
This is better than any Michter's 10 I've ever had. bourbon.
Nice. Yeah.
Man, it's like complex. It's like got like fruitiness in different ways.
And someday we'll try the 20.
Mm. Yeah, that'd be crazy, man. Or the 25. Woo! Goals. All right. Yeah. Why don't we move it over? I'm excited about this episode because there's a few reasons I'm excited about this episode, but we'll discuss why I'm excited about this episode. Maybe after this quick walk break. What do you say, Brian? We go for a quick walk.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. What a nice walk back. What a time back. It's good to be back. It's good to be drinking whiskey and talking about whiskey. Yeah. Some quick notes to get to this week. We didn't mention it on last week's episode because we recorded prior to the drink along, but we had a great time on the drink along. Thanks for all who joined and spoke up and looked good doing it. So thanks for joining us. Quick shout out to Jay Mattingly and Amy Presky for not only sending us each a full friggin' bottle, but a bunch of stickers and magnets and stuff. I feel honored to review this whiskey. Yeah, there's a bung hole that looks like a barrel head. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or a bung, not a bung hole. Yeah, that's super cool. I saw it. I was like, that's epic. And then it wrote, made from an actual used bung hole or bung.
Yeah.
So,
nothing better than a good used bung. Yeah.
Nothing like a good used bung. Yeah, feel honored to review this whiskey, but fair warning, as Amy knows, Amy's the one who reached out for us this. We are always objective in her reviews. So I have a good feeling about this one. That being said, yeah, fun stickers, fun goodies, even a handwritten note.
I know. Yeah, I got mine right here, straight from Amy herself.
Ooh, yours is different than mine.
Did you know?
Amy Presky, what a gal.
Did you know that Amy is president of this Booze PR? Is it her company? Did she leave Buffalo Trace?
No, she left Buffalo Trace to start her own. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah, she's a baller. Yeah.
Yep.
And I got more words to say about Amy Presky, but more than Amy Presky, I will be talking about Jay Mattingly.
Oh, P.S. Amy, I know you're listening to this.
She's totally listening.
You sent a
the cat
a cat paperclip on your business card, and my wife is obsessed with the cat paperclip. And the little thing that pushed it over the edge for me was the like I don't know how to call it, the counter lever part, the part of the paperclip that pins it together
is the tail.
Is the tail. It's the tail of the cat. So it's like the cat outside and then the tail's on the inside. Yeah. I would hold mine up if I had it, but my wife took it and I don't know where it is now. That is
funny. Yeah. So yeah, she's great. I've been in contact with Amy for probably about five plus years now. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jay Mattingly, 1845 classic bourbon. We've never done a Jay Mattingly 1845. I'm going to refer to them as either Jay Mattingly 1845, or Jay Mattingly 1845 distillery.
Or J Matt. Just
J
J
Matt or J Mo. Yeah. So we've never done them on the podcast yet, but from the background I collected on the distillery, this might not be our last, but it kind of makes sense why this might be our first, because this is Jay Mattingly's first flagship bourbon. So let's get into the history of Jay Mattingly 1845 distillery. So going back extra years here, we start in the year 1845. This is when a guy named John Graves Mattingly had his first distillery in Louisville, Kentucky. Registered distillery number 2. Didn't have a cool name, just that.
Number 2, though. Second.
Number 2, yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was his number 2, but it says the first distillery in Louisville. So it's a bunch of different things. They're like, wait, is it dependent on that? Either way, dude's been around for a while. This guy was truly a bourbon pioneer. In fact, the Mattingly family has been involved in distilleries and distilling families such as the Willets of the Willet Distillery, the Samuelses of Maker's Mark, the Browns of Old Forester / Brown Foreman. So much so that in 2010, John Grave Mattingly's 6th generation grandson, Jeff Mattingly, started his own spirits plant / distillery in Georgetown, Kentucky. But even since then, Jeff's son, Cameron Mattingly, took over the reins as VP of production of J. Mattingly 1845 Distillery in Frankfort, Kentucky. Apparently right across the road from Buffalo Trace. Here's the cool thing about J. Mattingly 1845 Distillery. They are a really cool distillery. To be honest, I didn't know that they did this, but they were almost like a contract distiller for the general public. And I'll let Brian explain more about that later. But custom is the word with Jay Mattingly, and he'll get into that a little bit. But wait, let me see here. Yeah, I'll let Brian handle that portion. But they also do some, besides working with people to do blends and custom blends and stuff like that, they also do some special edition and special occasion and special cause bourbons. And one of those such special cause, special mission, special all that stuff was in June this year. They did 2 special releases to honor military veterans. They did a 10th Mountain Division small batch bourbon and a POW MIA small batch bourbon to honor those who have served our country in that way. And a portion of the sales went to 2 nonprofits, 3 Rangers Foundation and Good Skies for Good Guys, or for the good guys and gals. I think I got that right. They're also into something called a double staving process. And I wasn't able to figure out exactly this, but I have a feeling I know exactly what it is, which is a proprietary method for the distillery. So they got it like TM, trademarked, nice. Where they say they allow more surface area in the barrel to be with the charred oak. Seems to me, based on my research, that they're basically just taking they're taking barrels and adding staves to the barrels. Like, so not only is it getting the surface area from the outside of the surface area, but they're also getting some staves put in the barrel to add to that. So
yeah.
And which I think is cool. We'll see how it goes, though. Maybe it's a terrible idea, but maybe it isn't a terrible idea. From my research, though, they are not distilling all their own stuff, if any of their own stuff. That being said, it seems like there's some sourcing, but their double staving makes their product very unique. So if they're like buying these barrels from other like distillers, they're doing this double staving process, which definitely sets them apart. It's not just like, hey, let me buy your barrels, age it for 1 more year, and then sell it. It's very different in that way. So it's almost like a finishing process, but it's just more oak staves.
Yeah, and on the bottle, it does explicitly say the addition of a proprietary number of charred wooden staves results in what we call one hell of a peg. So yeah, they are definitely adding a certain number of staves to the barrel, as you said.
So yes. That's their trademark, is like, we only add 6. It seems like, people do that. Like what's it called? Like, I know 291's done something like that, where they just add some staves to like something that's already going.
The whole Maker's Mark wood staves thing.
True. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, they have for the picks, all the different numbers of staves. Pick what 10 allotment of staves you want.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. But Jay Mattingly's got it proprietarily.
Yeah. Proprietarily.
Proportional. Yep. Where did I leave off? But I wasn't too sure if they were making any of their own stuff, but so far I'm not sure. Anyway, here's what makes this very special bourbon special today. J. Mattingly 1845 Classic Bourbon, which it doesn't say on the label of what we're drinking today. It doesn't say classic.
The word classic?
Yeah. But that's what we're drinking. Have you cracked this yet?
No, I haven't. I was actually
double wax crack on this episode, everyone.
The people need to know how easy it is to open this bottle, because that's very important. First thing I noticed is there's a little pull tab here. So I'm going to pull this little tab now.
Yeah, go for it. I'm almost done with the notes, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
Yeah. Another thing. Is it worth waiting?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
cool.
well, since you weren't done with your
Uh-huh.
notes, what
Yeah.
I was gonna say, just to point out, is that this is non-chill filtered, but if that's at the end of your notes, I'm sorry.
No, it's not. No, those
Hey.
jerks. They hate
Okay,
us.
continue.
Um, so first of all, let me just say this. Amy Preskey can write a friggin' press release. So it's been told to me in the past that the old press releases from Buffalo Trace, like the good ones that they used to send out, that was all Amy from when she worked at Buffalo Trace. And I found that out through what's his name, Fred Minnick. He posted something. It was like, dude, Amy used to do the best Buffalo Trace press releases, and
Nice.
that's what you're reading here. Like what we were sent as well had a straight up Amy Preskey write up. So anyway, she could write a good one. And anyways, they are works of art, and this J Mattingly release or press release is written just like one of those old Buffalo Trace ones we used to know and love. Like I could never write this kind of beauty of works of art regarding whiskey, even if you paid me good money. So, like I said, Amy didn't ask me to say any of this. For the record, she never asked for any sort of.
Amy doesn't
Uh,
need us to say any of
Amy,
this,
Amy
man.
don't need us.
I know.
But hey, if you're in the spirits industry and you're looking for a PR woman, hit up boozepr.com. She didn't tell me to say that. I
Yeah.
just feel like she's awesome.
Oh, come on. Nah, this
Um,
episode's brought to you by Amy Preskey.
yeah, Amy Preskey herself. She paid good money to hear all this. Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, always been a great contact for us. So thanks, Amy. But back to what we're drinking today. So that's what makes this bourbon so special. Is no longer a one-off from Jay Mattingly. It's not like this custom one for people or multiple people or anything like that. It is their first standard / flagship release. It is a 6.5-year-old blend of barrels, bourbon barrels at that, and they have been all double staved. There is a kicker in the history portion of why this is amazing. But I'm going to save that for last. But speaking of kicker, their flagship bourbon is 119 proof. So like their standard is almost 120 proof. That's pretty awesome.
Love it.
It's pretty hot.
And 6 years.
Yeah, 6.5, baby. And it's a blend of bourbons, like I just said, mostly corn, of course. So here's the big kicker. You guys have heard of Jim Murray, right?
Sure, yeah.
Sure, yeah, that guy. The guy that writes these. Anyway, this is the 2015 Whiskey Bible. And so he writes the Whiskey Bibles. He has been doing the Whiskey Bible for decades. And before I tell you guys the score he gave this whiskey, I wanted to look up in the 2015 Whiskey Bible what whiskeys were close to the score of what we're drinking today, the score that he gave. So here's some. Pappy 15-year. Redbreast 21. Redbreast 12 cast strength. Rittenhouse 25-year-old rye. George T. Stagg. Ardbeg Supernova 2015. Sazerac 18.
Heck yeah.
These are all 90 or 96 and 96.5 rated bourbons from the 2015 Whiskey Bible. And what we're drinking today got a 96 from Jim Murray this year. On their website, total wine price, I don't know if they sell a total wine, but on their website, it's $110 a bottle, and it's purchasable online with shipping to 46 of the 50 states. Nice. So that is the background. Let's crack this John piece.
Yeah. I wonder who the 4 states are. It's got to be Alaska, Hawaii, but then who are the last 2 holdouts there?
Idaho.
Utah? Does
Utah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Utah's like a weird state.
They have beliefs. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm cracking this. Enough about
you
Utah.
Crack first and I'll crack
Here
second.
We go. The wax just peels right up.
Nice.
Does it stop there? Does it keep
right
going?
Off. No, you gotta go around now.
Does it head? Oh, it heads to the side. It's going around.
Ooh,
okay. And actually, I feel like I can pull that tab. Yeah. Dude, that came right off. Dude, rare character. Listen up, man. Rare character. This is how you do it.
Oh, the fresh, high pitch one. Mm.
Identical. Look. Let me get you some glugs here. All right, everyone, listen up to the J. Mattingly glugs. Here we go.
Ooh, nice glugging.
10 out of 10 glug.
Yeah, very nice glug. You know what's a fun glug? It's not a fun whiskey in general, but Willet Pot Still. That long, weird bottle neck.
I've never poured out of one of those before.
No matter where you're at, it's always going to glug.
I'm not sure how I would. That's a two-hand pour for sure, man.
Dude,
right?
Wait till you get a handle of it.
Yeah, I've seen the one.
They sell handles of that, John. Yeah.
Yeah. You try to pour by the neck of that, and the neck's just going to crack right off.
Yeah. Okay, so when I worked at the bar in Richmond, McCormick's Whiskey Grill, the guy who trained me was like, I was like, you ever have a crazy, customer that's just like, has a good story? And he's like, yeah, one time, like, this woman, like, was super drunk, grabs the handle of Willet Pot Still behind the bar from the side, like, grabs it from where we were sitting last time, like, reaches over and, like, threatens the bartender with it. And he's like, I don't know what to do with you, woman. Like,
please, lady, just take it.
Yeah, just go. Yeah, probably better for business.
That's great. I'm getting a dry oaky nose.
Yeah,
little tobacco.
Okay, I can see the tobacco. I'm also it's not a potent nose.
No, not at all.
It's also a little bit oaky. Let me smell it again. A little bit fruity, but it's so faint on the nose. Did you sip? You sip?
I did. A little bit fruity, but it's so faint on the palate as well. I'm trying to. I think like a dark red cherry. It has great viscosity though. Still like a dry bitter oak on the palate. That it's got a nice mouth drying feel a little bit. It's not super wicking the moisture out of my mouth, but it is dry enough to make me salivate like just a little bit.
Yeah. The finish is strong.
Yeah.
Like you know how finishes typically fade? This one's like just as potent 10 seconds later in just the flavor of it. Man, that's pretty good. Pretty good.
I'm getting more tannic on the tongue. Second sip. I'd like to think that in a blind taste test, which obviously a sample of this is going in the reentry buzz pool, I'd like to think that I would guess that this is double oaked. I would like to think that I would guess that this is finished and double oaked. And I'm talking, but there are small gaps between my words because I'm swallowing, because I'm like continuously salivating after this sip.
In a good way. Like it's not it's just weird that it's happening, but it's not a bad thing.
Right. Yeah. This has these unique attributes here. Not every whiskey makes me like salivate like this.
But it's not like because it's so dry. It's not because it's so tannic or astringent. It's like just doing it. It's just putting out the gleeks. You ever do that? My sister can do that. She can force her.
I'm really good at it, actually.
Like, you can?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm actually like I know, yeah. And it's like it's easiest when I'm eating something like sour.
Yeah.
But in general, if there's something like I can like eat or drink and like hold it under my tongue for a sec and then like dude it's ridiculous.
I'll give you
enough about that though. That is disgusting.
Hit the camera lens from here.
There does not need to be video evidence of this, but the next time we get together, I'll gleek on you for sure. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, my sister will do it, and we're like, that's really disgusting, but also super funny at the same time.
I know. I guess probably a handful of times it's happened by accident, where I have to be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I can't believe that just happened." It's like mortifying.
It's happened to me before, actually, but like as an accident, but I can't like force it.
Yeah.
Even with like lemon or something like that, where it'll really feel it.
Yeah, That'll do it for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You ever have that like berry John piece that like if you eat this like this berry, everything sour will turn sweet?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have some of that at home. I got it for a Christmas gift one time, and I was like, "This is actually really interesting," and I should probably try this a little more with whiskey,
Yeah.
see how it affects it. But whiskey's not typically sour.
True. Yeah, I
Mhm.
remember. Yeah, I got like a pack of that and
Mhm.
tried it with a bunch of friends and stuff, and then it sat in a drawer for like a year, and then I
Yeah,
was like, "Oh
that's
yeah, I
exactly
still
what's
have
happening with
this."
me. Yeah. Mhm. All right, let's talk more about this whiskey, though.
Yep, I'm sticking with the tobacco note on the palate as well. Faint. It's not very funky, but it's just a little earthy, grassy. Okay, it is earthy with a little grassy, and I
Okay,
think like I'm kind of coming to a tobacco conclusion on that.
I like that. I just wanted to compare it because it had similar notes to the Michter's 10. Michter's 10 is so good, man. So good.
Hmm.
Um, I'm blown away. And I'm blown away that I did an episode on this and wasn't as blown away. I mean, I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually, but I don't remember liking it this much. That being said, Jay Mattingly, let's go for it again.
Yeah, really
Mm.
digging this. It's got tons of flavor.
Toffee, like, it's like if you, it's like right between toffee and caramel. Like, I don't know, like
Yeah,
really good toffee notes.
I can see that.
Hmm.
I still the there's a very, very faint fruitiness here that I mean, I guess just barely like the dark cherry, like I said.
Hmm.
But it's like a slightly bitter fruit, not too
Hmm.
sweet. If there was any fruitiness at all on here, is
Hmm.
there any fruitiness you can hone in on?
Yes. It's like berry medley. It's like blueberries and blackberries and raspberries and dark berries, but
I
not
could see the
cherries.
Yeah, I could see the blueberry. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, because blueberries aren't too sweet just on their own.
Hmm.
More on the tart and sour side.
Yeah, I dig this. I'm very curious how this is going to do with water, though.
Yeah, I did just drop already. The nose,
Still
as
on
you
my
said,
lap.
the nose is faint. You can really dig your nose in there.
Yeah.
And I'm still just getting that little dry oaky on the nose. Really not too much more on the nose than that.
Um, just dropped my Kentucky limestone water, as
Still rocking
always.
the Kentucky limestone water.
Dude, it's
Nice.
probably. I mean, this is over a year old, and this is how much I've taken out of it. But it's probably gone bad. But the
Yeah.
whiskey can still taste good with it, so I don't stop.
So like bacteria wise, did you ever like touch your lips to it or have you
No,
only ever just
I
poured out?
avoid that. It's only like little droplets, but it could have been
Yeah.
contaminated by this point. You would think it would be.
That's true. It could have been
Mhm.
even if you're putting something sterile in there every time, but
Yeah.
I don't
Hmm.
know. Whatever. It's just water.
Yeah, it's just water, but it's got the limestone to protect it. All that calcium carbonate, baby. All right. Ooh, sweet nose by a little bit. Yeah, it's still a
Man, I'm
little bit of that
trying to
toffee, caramel
yeah.
toffee, right in between the two.
I was about to say butterscotch, but it's not quite as like sweet as butterscotch.
Yeah. It's got fruitiness. It's got that blueberryness. I mean, it's not like blaring blueberries, but it's kind of like a berry that is not too sweet, but kind of depth and darky. Yeah, you know what I just said. That all makes sense
Yeah.
to the people that are listening. Depth and darky.
Depth and darky. Yeah.
It's the ultimate berry note. Um, I don't know if I prefer it with water, but it's not bad.
Similar, yeah. Similar on the palate, water and neat for me. Um,
Mhm.
if
Mm.
anything, maybe the viscosity went down a little bit. If anything, maybe the neat wins on viscosity, but it's still got all the flavors. But it doesn't have any new flavors with water. It's pretty straightforward.
Dang, nabbit. Dropped a cube.
You did that so purposefully. I thought
No, I was like, let me just knock it right in that cube and feel good about myself, and then now I feel terrible about myself. Such is my life. All right, giving it the old spin J with a little ice. Thanks again, Jay Mattingly. So far, so good. It is special though. Before I take a sip of this ice pour, I do think one thing to say about this: it is unique, especially with the oaky. It does taste double oaked in that kind of way, like similar to certain other whiskeys. But I would, yeah, if you ask me, hey, is this finished? I'd be like, yeah, there's probably a double oak kind of John going down here.
yeah.
Very nice though, very well
And
balanced. I love caramel and toffee notes.
it is
More
unique
toffee than
enough that
caramel.
it stands out in my mind. Like it stands out against other whiskeys on my shelf. I don't feel like it would get lost because I would remember the depth of the double oakiness. And it's the kind of tannic, mouth drying. That's all stuff that I don't get in a lot of whiskeys. The what makes me salivate and have to keep like swallowing while I'm mid sentence talking about something else. You might have mentioned this earlier too, but just to be clear, this is batch 1. There's a sticker on here that says batch 1, so this is their first batch of this. Obviously, it's totally new product, but yeah,
I didn't even notice that.
The batch 1
I
sticker.
wonder if their next batch will try to match the proof.
Oh, that's a good question.
Because it's like it's not cast strength, but it's also not. I don't think it's cast strength, but it's also like it might be like Russell's 13, where it's like we're going for somewhat consistency because it's always the same proof, but it's always different.
Right, for sure. Being that the proof is 119, I could see that, but heck, I mean, just as likely, batch 2 might be 121.8.
Yeah,
calling it right now.
One heck of a proof.
Yeah.
All right, gonna sip this ice pour.
All right, I need to drop ice. Oh my gosh, this is ice from the drink along. Oh, it has congealed into 1 mega cube. I will drop that
mega cube
now.
That was a nickname in high school, actually.
Mega cube.
I don't prefer it. No, I'm gonna go neat here. Neat ice or neat water ice.
You already
ice is not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just not better.
Frankly, there's no nose at all with ice.
Still oaky, still sweet, still tiny bit fruity. It's one of those ones that I'm grateful, like in general, like with especially the neat pour. I'm grateful this is good. I would hate to break some hearts on this. When people ever send us things, I'm like, I don't want to hurt their feelings, but I'm like, thank God this is like. There were a few times where I'm like, this is not great.
Yeah.
This is one of those ones where I'm like, no, this is good. They should be proud of themselves, especially for a distillery who's putting out their first flagship bourbon. So keep it up, Jay Mattingly.
The ice is super pleasant.
Really?
But flavor complexity is all gone with ice. It's just delicious. It's totally crushable. I would give anyone, even people who didn't like whiskey, I would give them this with ice, and they'd probably like it.
It's true.
Yeah, good amount of sweetness. The viscosity is definitely also gone with ice, but it's just pleasant, nothing unpleasant with ice. So it's just fine.
That's cool. Let's think of scores.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a score.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an A. Right in the center. Not an A plus. Not an A plus. But an A. That being said, I'm also gonna put it right on the verge of Hubba to What. This did surprise me. The toffee notes, the blueberry notes, the general pleasantly sweet and oaky notes did surprise me. Yeah, I give it a 9.0, which is a high score for sure. And an
Nice.
A. Yeah.
Nice. I'm
What
gonna
say
I'm
you?
gonna go. Yep, I'm gonna go B here.
B.
Um,
Solid B.
let me
No, that's
explain.
fine.
I can
Okay.
explain. My criteria for B is literally clearly stands out.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's this.
B minus
Mhm.
is more pros than cons. Has memorable
Uh-huh.
features. This
Okay.
does have memorable features, and there are more pros than cons. But I wanted to ratchet it up from there because to me, it does clearly stand out. The memorable positive features
Mhm.
make it stand out. And that is the extent to which it is mouth drying and wiki, as I've said like 6 times by now. But yeah, there's totally nothing negative that I want to
Mhm.
say about this at all. And if I put it on my shelf next to a bunch of other stuff, as I'm scanning through my shelf, when I would see this, I would have a positive sentiment about it that would set it apart from all the other stuff that's over there for sure.
Two things that come across my mind too with this is that I very well might buy me a bottle, especially a batch one. But I think they're going to outdo it in batch two because this is good, but I think they're going to probably have the skills to even do better next time if
Nice.
they want it to be better. Sometimes people just want
True.
consistency. So, yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on Jay Mattingly, especially if I do pick me up a bottle. If they ship to Virginia. But heck, I got a full bottle now. Don't hurt to have one.
Suckers. No, I'm kidding.
Suckers!
I'll tell you,
Yeah.
they're totally on my radar now too, because
Yeah.
the idea that all of their other stuff are like one-off,
Yeah. It's kind of
interesting,
cool.
random stuff, like
Mhm.
that's totally up my alley. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. Like this is one barrel that it's got this weird story and it's a rye and it's whatever. Like sign me
Yeah.
up. When it has this like unique attribute to it.
Yeah.
So I hope that I can find some
Yeah.
unique Jay Mattingly to try some single barrel at some point in time too. If they ship
Totally.
things like that to Phoenix, I don't even know yet, but I'll
Or
be
if we
looking.
make a trip to Frankfurt, dude,
Hey, right.
we'd be hooked up. Like just because they hook up everyone, it sounds like, which you'll get into in the Whiskey World News segment.
Well, while we're still in this segment where we praised
Yeah.
Amy Presky so much,
Yeah.
Amy
Maybe she'll hook
did
us
let
up.
us know that if we
Mhm.
were ever in the area there, that she would hook us up.
I didn't even
So
catch that. Did she say
it
that?
was it's actually going in my memory here. It was in an email last like
Okay,
April.
cool.
Yeah. She
Dude. So
when
we'll get the hookup. Yeah.
a while back she was talking to us about Jay Mattingly like back in like April, and she was like, if
Oh,
you're ever
yeah,
in
that
the
makes sense.
area, they do this
Hey,
experience.
dude,
And
Frankfurt's one of my favorite places in Kentucky. Two-stop kind of day, you know what I'm saying? Oh man. Yeah. And Amy would appreciate that as she was somewhere else in Frankfurt for a while. So
yeah.
my Google Home's going off, but I
Oh,
stopped it before it started
couldn't
responding to me.
couldn't hear it at all.
No. It was like taking in my words. I was like, no, I didn't summon you.
Calling Frankfort, Kentucky.
Yeah, calling Freddie Johnson. No. But yeah, so that's the ratings, that's the reviews, all that stuff. Let's move on to our next segment of the show. A segment that we nicely and happily call Whiskey World News.
All right, welcome back. This is Whiskey World News, and on Whiskey World News today, we are going to stick with the Jay Mattingly theme.
Heyo.
As Cole nicely omitted from his news stuff about the bourbon blending experience, I was hoping to take this opportunity now to tell you about the Jay Mattingly 1845 bourbon blending experience. So the Jay Mattingly 1845 bourbon blending event is truly a unique offering as you become a master whiskey blender. Do you ever wish you could
Baller.
customize your own bottle right down to the
Yes.
color of the wax on the bottle?
Yes. No, but
Starting
seriously,
with the
yes.
goal. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Starting with the goal of your favorite taste profile in mind, you will choose from our barrels on hand, mixing and blending the flavors under the helpful guidance of our distillery team.
That's so
Once you've
cool.
achieved your desired flavor profile, you will then choose your bottle, wax color, and the name of your private label. You get to name it yourself.
That's so cool.
And you know what? Actually, a side note, I saw like promo photos and stuff where like the name of the bottle is like "Will you marry me?" and like
That's
some
so cool.
whiskey
For like a
couple like
proposal.
the one gives it to the other as like a "Will you marry me" thing, and it's their
That's
own
so
like
cool.
special bottle together.
It's like the blended sand, but it's blended
Oh,
bourbon.
oh my gosh. Oh,
Yeah.
if only
If only I got
only I could
married
drink
again.
whiskey.
Yeah.
When Sam and I renew our
Mhm.
vows, we'll do that for sure.
Blend bourbon. Like a little bit of wheater, a little bit of rye.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Burai, but yeah, totally,
Yeah.
totally. Okay,
Mhm.
so anyway, back
Or
to
grape.
and I don't think I made
Good.
this clear. This is straight from their website booking experience. So what they say
Mhm.
is, picture this: you, the master bourbon blender, will leave our distillery with a bourbon bottle that mirrors your unique taste and preference, a bottle that bears your name and your distinct flavor profile. No two bottles will ever be the same.
That's so
After
cool.
crafting your one-of-a-kind whiskey, you'll be in the heart of the bottling process, sealing your bottle with pride with a kaleidoscope of wax colors to choose from.
Nice.
Next, it's yours to take home, a testament to your passion for whiskey, your creativity, and your distinct taste. Indulge in the ultimate whiskey lover's dream at J. Mattingly 1845 Distillery. Visitors may enjoy this one-of-a-kind unique experience for $175, and each bottle is $120. So of that
Nice.
175, you're paying 120 for a bottle and about, I guess, 55 for the experience.
That's great. No, I mean,
Yeah.
like what I heard. I was talking to someone in like Chicago or something like that, and they were like, "Dude, we have like breweries where you can like make and brew your own stuff with the guidance of like a official, brewer,
Yeah,
and
sign me
then you
up.
kind of like get to do something like that." And I was like, "Dude, if you brought that to Phoenix, it would make millions of
Yeah.
dollars." But that's brewing, and distilling takes quite a lot longer. But I think this is the next coolest thing. Is like you have all these barrels, all these well-aged barrels from different places, different options, and different styles, and you get to blend them all into what you want. I mean, it's such an experience. I think I'm surprised I've heard of Jay Mattingly, but I didn't know this is what they did. And I think honestly, like if Jay Mattingly were doing anything right besides what we were drinking today, that's a great idea. Like to
Yeah,
let people be a part of their own whiskey that they're sipping. That's
for
amazing.
sure.
So
It,
highly,
it
highly
like
recommended. And we'll
it
go
like
there next time and we'll be
yeah.
set up like ballers. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It
Hmm.
kind of brings like a barrel pick experience
Hmm.
to anyone, and
Yeah.
you get to bring your own bottle home that you did the work on,
Yeah.
to where like you made your own decision on what
Yeah.
you liked and how you wanted it to be. So
Hmm.
it makes it special for you the same way that, if a bar goes for a
Yeah.
barrel pick experience, they pick a barrel and it's just a
Yeah.
higher volume, the same kind of thing. So it sounds pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It is cool. And you think of like you pick a barrel, you only get to pick that one thing that you found that you liked. But with this blending experience, you'd be like, well, I like this one a little bit. And I like this one a little bit. What if I mix them to some ratio? And it's like, and
Yeah.
then no one else will have that. Like with barrel picks, it's like, hey, whoever picks up your barrel pick bottle will get it. But if you blend it to your own ratios and stuff, like no one will have what you're actually sipping out of your own bottle. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
True,
yeah.
true.
Yeah,
Nice.
check them out.
Yeah, check them out. So we will slide into what whiskey would you choose?
Shut up, Google.
Oh, I heard it that time. That's so funny. I didn't hear what it
No
said
one
though.
asked you,
Is,
Google.
did it? Is
No one asked you.
Freddie Johnson on
Sorry.
the line yet?
What's that?
Because I've got
Yeah,
a
Freddie
whole
Johnson's
list.
like, hey, what is this? What is this saying? Hey, Daddy-O. I'm like, Freddie, sorry. Yeah.
Just sliding right into the interview with Freddie Johnson right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be funny.
All right. So, what whiskey would you choose? We've got results from I don't know
Hey.
a time or two ago. We asked
Time
you,
or
how
two.
do you prefer your whiskey tasting glasses?
Yeah.
So
And this
now
turned out
this
to be
is
really interesting of a split.
Yeah, I was curious
Um,
if you saw the results yet. So,
I saw them
yeah.
at a certain point in the day, and I was like, "This is really interesting." Yeah, so go
Yep.
on.
So this is close. The results ended up here being 55% to 45%.
Wow. Mm.
The favored result was etched logos with your favorite distillery
Dang, didn't
slash
expect
clubs.
that. Dude, I like
Yeah.
them classy and clean, baby.
Well, I
Classy
mean,
and clean.
you and almost half of all the other people who
Yeah.
voted here. So clean, clear, and classy was the other option here that landed with 45%. But
Mhm.
I guess a little more than half side with me
Hey.
here. They want that memorabilia. They want the fun take home. Remind them of the time they toured the
Yeah. They what?
Sagamore distillery. Oh, they toured the
Oh, they
Sagamore.
toured it hard.
That time they tore the Sagamore distillery right in two pieces.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. No, that's
So
great.
anyway,
I
we
didn't
asked you.
expect it to be this close. I was like, either it's gonna be way hard on one side or way hard on the other side. So splitting it
I didn't expect it to be close,
impressive. Yeah.
and I didn't expect to win. I thought clean, clear, and
Yeah.
classy was gonna be like
Clean, clear, and classy,
80%, and I
baby.
was gonna be
Yeah.
like 20%. So thanks for coming to my rescue,
Yeah,
everyone. Thank you,
everyone.
thank you.
Mhm.
Maybe I just got all my friends to vote my
Everyone vote
way
real quick.
on
Yeah. Hey,
that.
I'll
Maybe
allow
I
it.
made a bunch of fake Instagram accounts and I
Yeah, as long as
voted
they
for
all
my own.
follow Chill Filtered. Yeah.
All right. We also had you write in how many glasses do you
Mhm.
have?
Yeah.
And or send us a picture of your favorite tasting
I
glass,
think
just
only
for
one
funsies
person
here.
sent a pic.
Yep. And that one person was
Joey T?
whiskey drinking panda Joey T. He
Joey
sent a
T.
photo of some Maker's Mark glasses that he dipped in wax. I don't know if
Oh,
that's
that's
like a thing
cool.
there where you can dip your Maker's Mark glasses in the wax too
That
or
is pretty
something,
cool.
but the bottom half of his tasting glasses are dipped in red Maker's Mark
Nice.
wax. So yeah, it looks pretty good.
You should
Um
make cups out of wax.
uh should you though? Should
Wax
you?
glasses.
Just drink it really quick before it starts to taste like wax. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
And in addition to the awesome photo, Whiskey Drinking Panda says 45. He's got 45 glasses.
Hey, he's closing in on me.
Whiskey Shaman, our buddy Whiskey Shaman says
Yeah.
37, I think. So
Uh-huh.
an estimate there on the glasses from
Nice.
Whiskey Shaman. Embellish Pod John Hughes says like 70 or more. I don't
Ah,
know.
beat me.
But some of them are for tastings I occasionally hold. And those count.
Yeah.
The
I would
the
go to a
glasses for
John
taste.
Hughes tasting.
Yeah, heck yeah, I would too.
I would
Oh,
taste
sign me
him.
up.
Taste his stuff. No, that sounds even worse.
Thank
Go
you
on.
for that intro to the episode. Moving right on.
Mhm. Yep. Yep.
Uh, Ben Rhodes. So Ben Inroads says
Yeah.
thousands. He's got thousands of glasses,
Yeah,
but
but there's a caveat.
that's because we sell and engrave them. So shout out
Nice.
to
Yeah. Yeah.
barrelraised.com. Yep,
Mhm.
they sell from an Etsy page too. They'll
Oh, cool.
custom engrave or laser on whatever you want on there. So check
Yeah.
out
Thousands,
barrelraised.com.
everyone. Pick them up.
Thousands. Go
Thanks,
buy
Ben Rhodes.
thousands of Glencairns.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I have a question for you now.
Question away.
That question is, what is the number one distillery that you want to tour? As we're talking about going to Kentucky and doing an experience and blah, blah, blah. I've never been to Kentucky. I don't know. So I just kind of have a bunch of secondhand information from other people on what tours and tour experiences are like.
Mhm.
But from what I've heard,
Mhm.
my number one distillery that I want to tour is the is Bardstown. Bardstown
Nice.
has
I
a
thought about that.
Bard. Yeah, well, I guess I was like, I didn't even ask you what you were going to
No,
say
I'm not
until
gonna go with
that.
them, but I thought
Okay,
about
good,
them,
good.
yeah.
So apparently there's a Bardstown barrel thieving experience. And,
Nice.
after we were at A. Smith Bowman and we got
Oh
to
my god.
thieve, I got to
So,
hammer out my
so
own
cool.
bunghole and
Yeah, dude.
thieve
I
directly
saw him
from a
pull a
barrel at
bung
A. Smith Bowman.
out of a
Yeah.
bunghole.
Yep. I'm all about the whiskey thieving now. So
That's so
sign me
cool.
up for the Bardstown barrel thieving
Yeah.
tour for sure.
Okay. So I thought about it. I was like, okay. So normally it'd probably be Buffalo Trace, but I've already been there. Already had a behind the scenes Freddie Johnson tour. That's right.
Ooh.
Freddie Johnson tore it to pieces. Um, and but now that I've gotten that, and now that I've gone a few places, I haven't been too many, whiskey related tours, but I'm gonna go Europe here, and I'm gonna go Scotland here, and I'm gonna go Islay here, and I'm gonna go Ardbeg here because I love I feel like Islay distilleries don't take themselves too seriously. Like you look at like Lafroig, and they definitely don't take themselves too seriously. And you look at like the commercials they've done and stuff like that. But Ardbeg would be my choice, because they also don't take themselves too seriously. Have you seen their special editions have the funniest names and stuff like that? Like they do not they are good stuff. It's almost like Buffalo Trace. You honor tradition, but you embrace being silly and don't take yourself too seriously. So yeah, it'd
that's
be
awesome.
Ardbeg.
I did not even consider. I was just thinking Kentucky as I was thinking about this. I didn't even think about Europe.
Killer. One day we're gonna do that, and we'll bring a few listeners with us, and they're gonna give us the behind the scenes Ardbeg experience. We'll be thieving from barrels left and right. We'll be like, what the crap is this? This is so good.
Yep. Amy Presky, if you have any
get behind Ardbeg
Scotch distillery contacts.
Well, technically the Perfect Fifth, she's a she's the PR person for us, so
I'm sure they know people.
Yep. So but that's great. I like that. Yeah, so we want to hear what you guys would tour to pieces
or tour. If you'd rather tour or tour, we've done
we'll have to put up another
before.
What Whiskey Would You Choose. We'll be like, first of all, who's right this time? Now that time has passed, tour or tour?
I know, right?
And now that we got that settled, which distillery would you rather tour? So.
Come on, I've given you a couple tours. Give me a good tour. Come on, give me a good tour.
Tour. It's like
there. All right, I'll take it. I'm not gonna push it, so I'll take it.
Tour. What are we drinking next week?
There's something that we've had an idea about drinking for a very, very, very long time that I kind of don't even want to mention right now, just in case it. Oh, okay, there it is. He held it up.
So Garrison Brothers reached out and gave us a sample of something a while back, and we're down to drink it. We were like, we've done a few Garrison Brothers recently, so we might as well hold off for a bit. But now it's time, and it's apparently a really good pour. No, not a very good pure.
Pour, no, I heard it's a very great pour. So let's do it. No vote. We got to do it. It's time. Let's do it.
And I'm excited about it. So. All right, guys. We love you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys will find yourself a bottle of this Jay Mattingly stuff, or hit up not Lexington, hit up Frankfort and check them out. I'm excited to check them out. I love the state of Kentucky. Ooh, also, you hope, and then I'll hope something else. Go ahead, Brian. Hope something hard.
I hope that you're ready to talk about Disney next episode, because I'll talk about Disney.
I hope you're ready to talk about a Chill Filtered meetup next episode.
Yeah, I'm ready. So ready.
It's about time, everyone. It's about time. Keep an eye out. It's going to be amazing.
Empty your calendars
in the late October, early November area this year.
Exactly. Yeah. If there was anything to go ahead and start letting people know, empty your calendars in the late October, early November timeframe.
And there will be a barrel pick, likely.
There will be whiskey to be had. Yes.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that, peeps. I hope you can join us. I hope you can clear your schedule. That means you, retired man, Miles Ferguson, that you can make it out to somewhere very special for our first Chill Filtered meetup ever. And what else you got, Brian? Anything else? Any other hopes?
I hope that as Emma grows up, I get to do fun daddy-daughter dates too.
I hope so too. I know you will. Yeah. But most of all, listeners, viewers, everyone else, I hope that our love of whiskey lifted your spirits. Hey, Daddy-O. Freddie, sorry.